My name is Sophie Dupont and I'm a visual artist. Mainly I work within performance art, but I'm very interested in always leave imprints in terms of objects, sculptures, installations, paintings. And this exhibition here at Overgaden is an attempt to make an exhibition where I don't have to be present. So all the works can be seen without me, but they also have a lot of the objects in this exhibition have the performative element within them. The exhibition has the title "This Will Also Change," and I was inspired from actually this sentence, "This will also change," as the reality of the mind. So how we constantly, as human beings, go from one sensation, one state of mind to the next state of mind. So I had this idea that I'd like to make an exhibition about, in a way, what I see as two different directions. We are in between as human beings, so we have the horizontal and we have the vertical. And I see the horizontal being the space for action, interaction with the people around, with the world around, how we interact, how we react on everything that goes around. And then I see the vertical space more as an introvert space where we go inside and question who we are in this world, our moral and our ethics. So, yeah, so this was kind of like the starting point for this exhibition. In order to work within this subject, like "This will also change," and this the nature of the mind, I was inspired from the carousel. When you go to the carousel, you can decide, you have to choose if you want to ride on the giraffe, on the horse, on the white horse, on the brown horse, on the car. And I thought this idea that also to make a carousel of emotions or state of minds would be interesting, because if you went and you were riding, let's say, on anger, then you have other emotions represented in the carousel. You have the lust, you have the joy, you have the anxiety. So if you go to the, let's say, the angry one, and you ride the angry one, and you go around, then all the other ones will follow. And so I kind of really like this image that when you ride on one emotion, they're all spinning around as well. I chose to make the carousel in iron, so it's this abstract figures of each state of mind, and then each one of them comes from more specific inspirations. So one of them I was very inspired from. I was living in Paris, and I really was inspired from Rodin, The Kiss. So I had this figure. I made this figure where I studied the shape of the arms and the kiss. So I also had my hand and my lips made into marble, and then it's placed on the carousel. So on each of the figures, there are these different elements. Also, there is a glass arm of mine on the joy one, and there are hair on one of them. So each one of them has different, more realistic elements, figurative elements of the body connected to it. So it's kind of a mix between the abstract body and the more figurative real body. The meeting point between these different spaces, the vertical and the horizontal, where these two meet, I chose to make these shapes that each has my density. So it means that if you were to melt me, I could fit into each of the forms in the 3D. So I can fit into the square, I can fit into the triangle, I can fit into the circle. So it's the meeting point where, what is it when the abstract meets the figuration? If you put it in other words, it would be, I feel maybe like kissing you, but in order to kiss you, I need my lips. So it's like, maybe I see this like the emotion, the intention being abstract, and then to do is more the figurative, it's the manifestation. So I saw this the meeting point between these two directions. I saw this meeting in the abstract forms. I like to put these small references in the material also to the different sensation, that sometimes you feel like glass, sometimes you feel fragile, that you can break, or you feel invisible, the quality of the glass. So it's this fragility that is the reason for the glass cube. Well, I think all of my work is inspired from lived life, and I guess we all work like this, that we live our life and we get inspired, and then we produce work to maybe understand who we are and understand what we do in this world, what the world is better. But also I'm inspired from both from different cultures. How has this the reality of our change? How has it manifested in different cultures? In the lust, I'm inspired from Sarah Lucas. There's a breast with the nylon stocking, and then there are maybe in the anger, there are more inspired from African art, where they have these masks to draw attention to the spirits or to manifest a certain quality or get in contact with certain spirits. So I have a very broad inspiration. For the vertical room, I have a lot of representations of the different ways that I have been working with my breathing. And one of the work is from 2011, and then it's ongoing. And I mark my breathing from sunrise to sunset. I use different materials. I did the work yesterday on a sandstone from Bornholm. So it's always connected. The material and the place is always connected together. So when I do this work, it's of course kind of a long. Yesterday I did the work, and it was 10 hours from 8 in the morning till 6 in the evening. And then I invite people who are coming to join me, so I have some postcards, and they mark their own breathing on postcards in between the time span that fit whatever time they have or feel they want to sit there and breathe with me. It's called Breathing Seismograph. It's from 2015 or 16, and had been doing this other performance, which is marking breath, where I do the notation, and I was thinking it could be interesting to make some kind of a way, to find a way to actually draw directly with the breathing. So I made this machine where I'm connected with a belt to the machine, and then I have two tubes connected in front of me, and on both ends there are pencils. So when I breathe in, my rib cage is expanding, and then the tubes, they go in, and on the exhalation they go out. So I have this kind of very direct way of drawing with my breathing. And then at the same time I have a roll of paper that I can roll with one hand. What is the most important thing that I would like to work with? And I kept kind of, in a way like peeling an onion, and I thought, I came down to life, that life itself in its essence is the most important thing. So, and I thought, how do I work with life? It's kind of what. And I thought, okay, I can work then with breathing. I could work with the heartbeats, and then for some reason I had this idea with the marking breath, the notation of the breath. So, and then it has kept on like in different ways to manifest inside of my work. For me, this work is important. Is also because, first of all, it's the first thing we have, and we all have it. Of course, if we are sick, we can have trouble breathing, but as long as we are alive, we are breathing, and it is there. Like no matter of your income, no matter of your education, we share on equal levels. It's without a hierarchy. And I find that everything else in life, there is always a hierarchy. You're always measured. It puts you into the presence. So it's also a little bit of you stop and you just breathe. You are not engaged in your tablets. You're not all the time checking the phone. So for this entire day, all I do is I just sit and I breathe. So it's a little bit also as, how do you say, as silence, a silent manifestation of maybe could this just stop a bit the pace we are all running in. I find a faster and faster pace, and where is it actually we are running to? So it's a little bit of trying to stop and maybe think a little bit about where is it that we are running to? What is it that we are? Why are we in such a hurry?